Hey guys, good to be back on the Whitetail Cartel. I have been pretty slack about putting out videos. Very slack. However, there's a reason I've been that slack. It seems that the Lord works in very mysterious ways, of which had a situation arise. Never thought old bum like me that just loves to hunt and do my thing with habitat management would be put in a position of preaching at a church, but that's what I've been doing for the last year, and I'll tell you this, it's been life-changing. It puts everything back into focus as to what's important and what isn't important. Habitat management is still important because I believe the good Lord intended for us to be good stewards of this earth, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to do a follow-up to the hack and squirt last year that I call Release the Pines. I'm going to give you a before and after, and we're going to look at the amount of food that is produced from that technique. But before we move on and before you change the channel, just let me ask you this one question. Have you ever noticed how many people who work outside and work in the hunting industry or are doing hunting related habitat work, you ever noticed how many of those are believers? I have, and it's a lot. It is a heavy percentage, and I think the reason that is this: when you do habitat work, as you look around at what the good Lord has created, you realize everything is interconnected, from those soil microbes to the trees to the deer that feed on the good fresh growth that comes up. Everything is interconnected, and when you really get that interconnected feeling and knowledge and start thinking that way, kind of changes your thought process on things. A 140 class deer does not become as important as it once was to me. Now, seeing one person that I know lived and had about the same thought process I had, lifestyle, coming to the Lord and getting saved is more important than me ever killing a 140 or killing a turkey, which I did not this year. Straight the devil. I've killed a turkey every year for the last 30 years, usually a little more than 1 or 2 turkeys per year. But anyway, no birds this year. And I'm going to do another video on why I didn't kill the bird that I should have killed. That's upcoming, so stay with me. And stay with me through this. We're fixing to take a look at last year. Yellow flies about to eat me up. They're terrible this year. But we're going to take a look before and after releasing these pines. Alright, you saw the before. This is what this pine stand looked like before I hack and squirted. Then I did a broadcast application of Arsenal, Roundup, and a little bit of Garlon, and then we burned through the whole thing. Now I'm also go through a couple of things if you do this that you need to pay attention to. Throughout the South, pine trees have taken over the landscape. This is a quote pine plantation pine stand. They're row cropped planted pines. As you can see, sweet gums have taken over the pines. It's a monoculture. It's not diverse. It's improperly managed. I improperly managed it. I burned it, but I didn't do what I needed to do, which is chemically treat and kill these sweet gum sprouts. So start from that position. You got to kill every one of these sweet gums, elms, anything that's going to suck up water from the pines. Shade out, not let sunlight get down to the ground. See these? I got a little briars growing. You got a little bit of deer feed in here, a little bit of blackberry, but mostly, see, there's some blackberry right there. So you did get some benefit from the burn back when, but it's not nearly enough. The tonnage on this acreage could be multiplied by 10 if I had killed out all these sweet gums. I think that if you burn, you're going to kill the non-desirables because pines can withstand the fire better. Well, you won't. You'll set them back. The only thing you're going to kill is sweet gums about that big. You still got that root stock that's pushing up. So I'll show you. We killed this sweet gum 2 years ago when I burned. I didn't burn this past year. But if you look down, now you've got 15 sweet gum roots growing from it. This is not conducive to deer feed at all. I just don't have enough tonnage per acre. All I got is the shade loving species, sweet gums and elms. I got a whole lot of them. Look at the amount of food. You saw what it looked like before. Now look at the after. This is the exact same pine stand. All those little sweet gum saplings that have come up, just about all those killed with the good chemicals that we had. Now take a look at what's replacing now that we got rid of the shade. You got one of the best deer and quail feeds available that you look, and it's everywhere you look, which is ragweed. Yep, they give me a stuffed up head and I sneeze, but it's worth it. It's an umbrella cover for quail, and deer love to snack on the ragweed. We got ragweed growing throughout this pine stand that was basically a biological desert. Now loaded with beneficial new growth, early successional growth. Even got a few flowers coming up that we've never had before. That's one thing about habitat management. You're never done. You're never finished. Now last year I went through most of these little sweet gums. They killed out good. However, you look at some of these bigger ones. When I look at this, and this is the tree I originally treated on the video. He's sick, but he's not dead. So I'm going to come back and treat him. And if you look just to the right of him, we got some bad customers. One of the hardest trees for you to kill in a pine stand is an elm tree. Elms do not respond. I've learned this the hard way, so I'm passing on to you. If you're doing timber stand improvement, I'm passing this on to you. Elm trees, Garlon won't kill them, Arsenal won't kill them, but I'm fixing to show you what will. We're going to do a different little technique today, and this is what today's video is about. Alright, kill this elm. I've got 100% glyphosate, Roundup, 100% the good stuff. Instead of just doing a hack and squirt, I'm going to double girdle. I don't have to go that deep. All I got to do is just get into the cambium layer. Yeah, this battery operated chainsaw might be a little on the sissy side, but I tell you what, it's light, handy, and if I got to carry it all day, I like it. But we put our double girdles on, fixing to daub it. Got my Roundup, got my little paint dauber. I'm going to get it all the way inside these rings that I just girdled. Make sure he gets all the Roundup he needs. Come down to the second girdle and do the same thing. That's it. That should be a dead elm. Alright, Mr. Elm should have shaded out his last little bit of early successional growth. And what's going to pop out in here later is quail peas, partridge peas. I already see some starting to come up. I'm trying to remember the name of, we call it beggar lice, some people call it hitchhikers, but that's coming up all through here too. Excellent quail feed, excellent deer feed, all because we got rid of the shading, we brought the sunlight in, and we got a food plot on the ground in this pine stand that's going to feed. Now, same technique, but if you want it to be a little quicker, you can always do this. I'm going to take this little paint dauber. I'm going to paint all around that cambium layer. If I don't paint it, it won't root kill. That'll just sprout back out from the root. That should kill it. Hey, just a side note while I'm making this video, if you're out in the woods this time of year, really watch where you're putting your feet. I saw on the front of the Georgia Outdoor News, I hadn't read it yet, but I saw it, that snake bites were up 500% in the state of Georgia. So be careful where you put your feet. Make sure you make a lot of noise when you go through, but better than that, just watch where you put your feet. And if you can't see where you're putting your foot, don't put your foot there till you've beat the grass or hit it with a bush hook, something. Don't just step in grass that you don't know what's in it.